Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, I am Chimere Nicole, and today we are going to be doing a get ready with me. I'm on my way to lunch, but we're going to be doing a girls chit chat. So today's topic is going to be, do you think it is socially acceptable for women to have more than one partner? Interesting. So come with me as we get ready and we have a little discussion, and I will see you guys in a few. Today we're going to be doing an impromptu video. I am getting ready to go out to lunch, and I decided I wanted to do like a sit down chit chat, girl chat type of vibe today. So I'm going to get ready and we're going to have a little bit of a discussion. So for you ladies or gentlemen who are new to this channel, again, I'm Chimere Nicole, and I am a cosmetologist, which means I am someone who specializes in hair, skin, and nails, primarily hair, and I'm a hairstylist. I am fortunate enough to have my own business, and for the past like week and a half, I would say, I've been having some really heavy discussions with my clients, right? We've been talking about a myriad of things in the salon, and it's just like been on my mind kind of heavy for like the last 2 days. So I was just kind of like, I want to get your opinions on some of these subject matters. So I'm trying to do these videos a little more frequently, but today we are going to be talking about relationships and the state of dating in society, like at this very second. So I have a client, and she was sharing with me an experience she had with this recent, I don't even want to say relationship, this recent fling that she had. And come to find out, you know, she was dating this guy, seeing this guy, and she found, oh, what is this? I'm sorry, y'all. And she found out that he was cheating on her. I would use cheating lightly because they weren't in a technical relationship, but he was cheating. If he wasn't cheating on her, he was cheating on his wife. Okay, so he was married. He did not inform her that he was married, and yeah, she found out. She contacted the wife. She had a nice long discussion with the wife. The issue is, she continued after she called the wife, caused all of this commotion. She decided to still see this man. Now, so I have a relationship with my clients where they sit in my chair, they get their hair done, but they know that if they are wrong, I'm going to tell you you're wrong. If you are right, I'm going to agree. I'm definitely going to play devil advocate when it comes to that. So I gave her the question of, if you're going to do all of this and contact his wife and cause all this commotion and be all distraught about this new revelation of him having a wife that you knew nothing about, why are you continuing to deal with this man? And her response is why I want to have this conversation. She basically said to me, I know that he lied. However, his wife is okay with it, so I'm okay with it. And so in my mind, I immediately said, so we sharing? Like we sharing now? And so that's what I really wanted to discuss. I'm just trying to figure, I mean, I know the smaller details of this story, like what he does and what he has to offer, what he brings to the table. And to be quite honest with you, he brings nothing to the table that will make me want to say I want to share him with someone else. That's my opinion. Clearly that's not hers. So my question is, you see a lot of these relationships online where it's 3 people in a relationship, it's 4 people in a relationship. It's becoming very, very, I won't even say common. I would say common is the word I want to use. And I'm just trying to figure out, what's the tea? Like, what's really the tea? Are you guys willing to share your spouse with someone else? I'm using the Milk primer, by the way. I'm going to try to remember to tell you guys what I'm using on my face, but I'm really not doing too much today, guys. FYI, I'm just making myself like presentable. I'm not doing like a full face beat because I got to get out of here. So yeah, like in what circumstances would it be okay for you to share a spouse? So I have a friend who I talk to about stuff like this quite often, and they definitely have a difference of opinion on a lot of these things. Their belief is that it is unnatural for a man to have just one spouse, and I don't agree with that at all. I just feel like a lot of men feel they are entitled because their hormones allow for them to, you know, to desire more than one woman, but they believe that having only one wife is unnatural. Now, they have this belief for a number of reasons, but I just don't agree with that. Yeah, I just don't agree. So I'm just trying to figure out, in what instance would it be okay for a woman to have more than one spouse, and their spouses, i.e. males, in this scenario, their husbands would be okay with that. Now, I know in, you know, same-sex relationships this might be a little bit differently, but I'm talking about right now heterosexual relationships. Like, when is that okay? Because every time I see a polygamous, oh my god, I can't say it. I can't see a relationship with more than two people online or on social media. It's always one man with two women. It's very, very rare that I see polygamy where there is multiple husbands and one wife. Very, very rare. And, you know, the argument is, oh, well, a man can afford to take care of two households. I do know that religiously, in some religions, that is acceptable. Islam, for instance, you know, if you're able to take care of two wives, you're able to have two wives. But in this day and age, a lot of women are making more money than men. So would it then be socially acceptable for a woman to say, you know, I have two husbands, and not be looked at as taboo? Or for a woman to say, you know, I'm dating multiple men, and the men are okay with it? Because most men are not going to agree with what they want women to accept. I say this all of the time. Men can't handle what women can handle. And so they want women to, I believe, men want women to accept their behaviors only when it suits them. Because that same behavior, if it is duplicated by a woman, a man cannot take it. They can't. And so that's the argument that I have been having with a few of my friends. Because I'm kind of just like, it's okay for a man to have multiple women that he's juggling, or it's okay for a man to have multiple sexual partners. But a woman does that, she's labeled a whore, or she's labeled Jezebel, if you want to get biblical. Like, you know what I'm saying? And so I'm just kind of like, when is it okay for a woman to behave socially like a man? Is it ever okay? Do you guys think it's okay? I personally, I mean, to each his own. I'm just not a multiple woman, multiple man type of person. Like, first of all, one man stress you out. Why would I want two? Why would I want three? Why would I want to deal with so many? It's too many personalities. Most men, in my opinion, they're grown boys. They're grown boys, and I don't want to have to deal with the nonsense. Like, tantrums, you know, ego, all of the above. Like, it ain't no way I'm trying to juggle multiple of that. But to go back, using also the Bobbi Brown, this is the Serum Intensive Foundation in number 74. Love this stuff. It has sunscreen in it as well. And then for my brows, I use my Anastasia Brow Dip, and I just use NARS on my underneath it to conceal. But anyway, like I said, I feel like it's very socially unacceptable for a woman to move like a man does. But my point in all of this is the client that I was talking to you guys about earlier, she is seeing this man still. His wife, I don't even want to say she's okay with it. She knows about it. She's tolerating it. She's not okay with it. She's tolerating it. Let me make that clear. And so when I asked her, you know, why, she was just kind of like, when she spoke to the wife was, you know, upset, but she wasn't really like, I guess she wasn't opposed to it. And so for her, it was kind of like a green light. But she also said that because she knew that he had a spouse, she was going to go out and continue to date other men. And so now this same client is dealing with multiple men. I don't know if there's a sexual relationship to it or an emotional emotional aspect of these relationships, but she is starting to behave and move like a traditional man do. And so I asked her, you know, what is she getting out of it? Is it like a financial gain? Is it an emotional gain? And right now, I think she's just having fun. She's, you know, seeing what's out there. She doesn't want to be tied down to one man because, you know, she doesn't know what's going to happen. And she's honestly living her best life. And so I'm just kind of like, is this going to be the new wave? There are a lot of women. I say this because there are a lot of women who sit in my chair every day. And they are now telling me that they are more willing to date multiple men than to settle down with one, knowing that there is a 75 to 85 to maybe 93% chance that that man is going to have an affair. And because they kind of know that the odds of a man cheating are so high, they would rather not get into a relationship, date multiple men. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm using Tarte Shape Tape. I don't really care for it too much anymore. It works, but I'm trying to get rid of it. So anyway, I'm using Shape Tape number 47. It's called Tan Deep Honey, just in case you want to know. So most women are just kind of like, I would rather see multiple men, get whatever I'm trying to get out of these relationships, stability, finances, emotional compatibility, whatever it is that they're trying to get. They would rather do that with multiple men and not have to be accountable to any of them, but still get all of her needs met and not have to deal with taking care of them, not have to deal with stroking their ego every single day, not having to do the relationship sort of stuff. Like, they don't want to have to cook and clean for these men. They don't want to have to listen to their problems. They would rather see them when they want to see them, get whatever they can get from them. Again, it can be dinner, it can just be whatever emotional thing they're getting, and they leave. So I'm seeing this trend more and more, especially, like I said, when I'm talking to my clients, they're just kind of like, they're sick of it. Women are sick of the drama. So I wanted to get your guys' feedback on this. Do you ever think it's going to be socially acceptable for a woman to have multiple partners? And again, in this context, men be okay accepting that? What do you think? I personally think that that is going to be, I feel like it's a trend. I think that we're going to see a lot more of women. I'm sorry, we're going to see, I'm using my powder and it's like caking up on me and I'm not feeling this. So I'm going to have to use a brush today. I'm using the Sacha Buttercup powder underneath my eyes to set that concealer. So I'm seeing that this is going to be a trend. A lot of my clients are not really trying to get into relationships because emotionally, a lot of women are fed up. Let me know in the comment section if you feel that way as well. Like, women are just fed up of dealing with the drama, like dealing with men seeing other women. I feel like if men are honest, a lot of this would change. But I also feel like women have to be willing to accept that honesty. That's something I had to learn to deal with. Like, if you want honesty, prepare for honesty. And honesty is not going to always feel good. Honesty is not going to always be wrapped up in a pretty Cartier box. You know what I'm saying? Honesty is going to be in a paper bag with grease at the bottom, like Five Guys french fries. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not always going to be pretty, but you at least need to know what's in that bag to know if it's healthy for you. You know what I'm saying? So I think we have to be more willing as women, be more willing to accept that honesty. But also, men need to know that honesty, a lot of times, is the best policy. And if you're honest with a woman and let her know what the situation is, she might be more prone to being down with whatever arrangement y'all have. If he's like, you know, I want to see other women, he needs to be willing for her to be like, okay, I want to see other men. If he says, you know, I want to, this is the Laura Mercier, this is the translucent powder in medium deep, I'm using this to set my entire face. He needs to be willing to say, you know, I like you, whatever, but I'm not willing to settle down right now. Let her know from the jump so that she can make an educated decision on if she wants to see you or not, or she makes an educated decision on if she want to add you to her roster. You know what I'm saying? But as we all know, men do what's in their best interest, and they know that a lot of times if they tell a woman that they want to see her but they also want to see other women, that a lot of women ain't gonna go for that. And so it's in their best interest to lie so that they can still get what they want and not deal with the consequences of not being able to see her or not being able to have access to her. We all know what I'm talking about. So yeah, that's, like I said, this has been a very interesting few weeks, because as I said, I feel like a lot of my clients are coming out of the woodworks and they're just like, listen, I don't got time for the drama, I don't got time for the games, and they just not going for it, y'all. I promise y'all, like, they just not going for it. And to be quite honest, I'm in a relationship, so you know, I'm not out there all like that. But I'm sorry, it's hair on my face. I'm using now the Anastasia Beverly Hills palette, one of my favorites, and I'm not doing too much in terms of eyeshadow. I'm just trying to like add some dimension to my face with the shadow. So I'm probably gonna do a lid color and then darken up the crease a little bit. So yeah, I just feel like now a lot of my female clients are, in my opinion, taking their power back. They know what they want, they're not willing to settle, and they also are realizing that what one man is not going to do, another man is willing to do it in a heartbeat. And you don't have to settle for nobody's nonsense. Like, if you want to be out here moving with multiple partners, do that. But just know that that woman that you think you're going to play in her face and, you know, have her waiting until you're ready to settle down, she living her best life. She taking her vacations. She out here getting her money. And she's just not waiting around like you would see previously. Like, oh, he the one, but you know, he's not ready, so I'm just gonna hold on until he's ready. Women not doing it no more. Women are like, okay, he not ready, okay, John down the street ready, so let me go talk to him. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, I find it very interesting, the new dynamic that I'm seeing in the dating world with my clients. Women are becoming very unapologetic in terms of what they want and what they are accepting from these men. And they're not accepting the same stuff they was accepting 5 years ago. They're not accepting the same stuff they was accepting 2 years ago. To be honest, I really feel like, I don't want to say COVID did it, but I think COVID like reset a lot of things in terms of the dynamic and the work-life balance, and just in relationships. You've seen a lot of people get divorced because they're kind of like, they're stuck in a house with these people, and they're like, this is not the person I want to spend my life with. I was stuck in the house with you with COVID and I wanted to kill you. I don't want to spend my life with you. So people are now like, you only live once, you don't know what tomorrow's going to bring, and people are living now to be happy. You know what I'm saying? So all of that dead weight in terms of relationships, people are learning to let that go. And so I am here for it. But like I said, I just want to really get y'all opinions on the matter, because I just feel like it's a very, very interesting topic of discussion. And you know, I really think that it is going to be taboo for, let me see, let me blend this out a little bit. I'm trying to blend out my eyeshadow a little bit because I put on too much, but you know how that go. We're definitely going to start to see a trend of single men. Single men. I think it's funny because there is an article out, and you know, there's this whole thing on TikTok about passport bros. I'm not sure if you guys seen that, but passport bros are essentially men who have decided they don't want American women. They want more traditional wives, meaning they want wives who stay home, cook and clean, and so on and so forth. And so they are taking their passports, going to other countries, and looking for women to fulfill those traditional roles. And that's all fine and dandy, you know, live your best life because you got to do what makes you happy. But at the end of the day, they don't realize that they are still paying for a service. So whether you want to date women in the United States and pay for dinner, you're going to pay a wife to come in the country to be subservient to you. You're still paying. You're still giving something. That's just my opinion, but you know, it's whatever. So this whole rise of the passport bros and these men talking about how bad American women are and how we want too much and, you know, all of these negative things about us. They're going to other countries to find these women and not realizing that these same women are going to require the same thing. They're going to require you to take care of them full time. They're going to require you to make sure that the house is paid for, that all the bills are paid for. They're going to require all of that. Women in the United States require the same thing. Y'all just don't want to hear it. As my young lady on TikTok says, sprinkle, sprinkle. Like, the game ain't changed. It might just be new rules. But the game is still the same. Women want men to provide. Men want sex and power. And they're both going to do whatever they need to do to get it. It's just the way of the world, my dear. So, I just used my Urban Decay. That's my Perversion mascara. I'm now using Urban Decay. This is their Runyon lip gloss. One of my favorites. And I'm going to also put on a little bit of blush because I'm not going to put on bronzer or anything like that today. But I do want to add some warmth to my face. This is one of my favorite blushes. It's the Sweetheart blush from Too Faced. I've had it for a while. It's easy for me to kind of throw on and go. Like I'm doing today. I'm do a time check. I am on time. So, yeah, you guys. That's my little girl talk for today. My tidbits, my analysis on some things. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's really good? Like, what's really good? So, again, you guys, I want your feedback. Let me know in the comment section how you feel about women having more than one spouse. This is Urban Decay All Nighter Spray. Setting spray. I like to use this when my face, I don't want my face to get too powdery with all of those setting sprays, but I just want something to look a little more natural. And as you can see, you know, it's doing what it needs to do. My face is not, like, it's enough makeup for me to do what I need to do today and go out the door. So, alright, you guys, so that wraps up today's discussion. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to let me know your comments in the comment section, your feedback. What do you think is the tea, sis? Spill it. So, if you guys are not following me on social media, I'm at Chimere Nicole on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and everywhere else. And if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. It lets me know that these videos are doing what it needs to do, honey. And I will see you guys in the next video.